So let's talk about a scenario that you might be familiar with. A new video game comes out and the first week of its discourse is loud. Reviews for the game are mixed, but people are sharing clips out of context and people are joking about the game. Some people are defending it, but some people are just outright dunking on the game. And at that point, the timeline is moving incredibly fast. But shortly after release, time starts to pass. Patches are being rolled out for the game, performance is improving, and maybe the game is just settling into itself. The people that play it are approaching the game on its own terms, and all of a sudden you start to hear posts saying, well, actually the game has always been good. People judged the game too harshly, or it deserved better than what it got at launch. Now it's not just a game, it's a comeback story. And for some people, that change in discourse starts to feel really good because we don't just like good games, we like comeback stories. We talk about underdog psychology, cultural guilt for being too harsh on something in the first place, the desire to correct past groupthink, and the satisfaction of growth arcs. This is no longer about quality, it's about narrative satisfaction. But regardless of how good a game was at launch versus how it shaped up to be after post-release content, everyone still needs a villain in this comeback story, because the whole everyone hated it narrative might not actually be true, but every good redemption story still needs a villain. So we create one. We start to pick on the media, the haters, and the bandwagon jumpers because this story arc works better if someone involved in the process was wrong. But the problem with this redemption arc, when we start to make games feel more like underdogs than they actually are, is that we can overcorrect sometimes, and we can turn middling games into sacred cows and flatten the nuance around that discussion in its entirety. Sometimes we're no longer defending a game, we're defending the story of a comeback. I'm GnittWitt, and that's where I'm at with this.